friend Martin, the senior minister. Martin, how are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm good, thank you. I've just read on Facebook or something that it's 333 sleeps until Christmas.
You're so depressing.
So
like, you're so depressing. I hate that stat.
So,
Can't we look forward to Easter first, please? I mean, as a
Yeah.
Christian, surely we should be looking forward to that first.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
And
But it's good to be here.
we were really blessed last week to have Marnie join us on our Zoom on from Zoom and chat to us from over the road. But this week we've got just as special a guest, really, haven't we? Joining us. He's our lovely, lovely friend and senior nurse, Hayley Allen.
Yes.
Hayley, good morning. Good
Good
afternoon.
morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, that's the one. How are you?
Hayley, let me tell you that when we were, applauding the NHS and key workers in that first lockdown, wasn't it? Really, that was it. It became kind of you did that. I always thought of you, Hayley, and other people from the church that we have working on the front line as you are during the COVID crisis. Hayley works as a senior nurse at King's College Hospital in London, and Hayley's been working on critical care and intensive care, and you will have seen a lot of COVID patients, Hayley. How's that been for you and your colleagues?
I think the first wave was walking into the unknown. Nobody knew what to expect. It all happened very fast. It was just sort of overwhelming, really. There was a lot of patients coming into intensive care. There was no drugs, no treatment at the time, really, that we knew would help. I never actually thought I'd see anything like it again in my career, but very quickly afterwards, here we are in a second wave. It's quite tough on people. People are very tired. People are finding it quite emotional. But everyone's working well together, pulling together as a team, supporting each other. The second wave's quite different. I would say there's a lot more COVID patients in the hospital than there was last time. The numbers at the peak are bigger than last time. But we do have drugs this time that can help in many cases. And we do have the vaccine, which is a huge boost to morale, and just the rollout's going well. So that's exciting, really. And hopefully we'll eventually bring an end to all the different lockdowns and the chain of the pandemic.
What's Hayley, if you can, what's your role at King's? What do you do?
Well, at the start of the first wave of the pandemic, I was working in critical care, and I went for a job interview in March, which I nearly put off because there was so much going on. I didn't think I'd go for it, but I did go for it, and I got it, which was blood transfusion practitioner across based actually at the Prue site. I was due to start in April, but obviously with the pandemic, they wanted me to stay in ITU. So I eventually started my new job in August. And I'm now back redeployed into ITU to help with the second wave of the pandemic. And at the moment, I'm working in the critical care audit team. So I'm doing work for ICNARC, which is all to do with research and government figures and all that kind of thing. So it's quite nice this time for me to be to be seeing things from a different angle and doing something that's quite different. So
when the first wave started, we had all this that nurses and doctors weren't getting the right PPE. Now, are you equipped as well as you can be in work, and do you have to wear it all day, Hayley?
I must say, I think we've been very fortunate with our PPE in critical care. I'm not too sure how it's been around the rest of the hospital because it's been kind of all-consuming being in ITU. But yes. We've managed. It's been hard to get the PPE for the managers, but most of the time it's been there for us. So we've been very fortunate there. We have regular fit testing because they keep changing the FFP3 masks that we have to wear. Right. So we have regular fit testing on those to make sure that they're they're fit for purpose for us and they fit us and suitable for us. And so obviously people have different shapes, faces and sizes. So there's a variety of different masks available that different people can use and other people can't use.
Right.
I've seen the numbers in Bromley this week have slowly started to come down, which is such a relief, obviously, for us locally. Are we past the peak, do you think, in your observation, or is there still more to come?
I think from what I can see, hospital admissions maybe are going down. It looks like the trend is downwards in hospital admissions, but then there's a lag between the hospital admissions either then getting better or needing to come to ITU. So we're still seeing fair numbers coming to ITU, but I feel it's definitely slowed down a bit, which is promising.
And Hayley, not everybody that comes to ITU dies, do they? Sometimes I think people think that, you know, they go to ITU, have to go on a ventilator, it's that's the end, but it's not the case, is it? You are helping make people better, and they are going home afterwards.
Yes, no, but hopefully there's a lot of people that go home afterwards. COVID is very different in that there was a 50-50 chance if you did get put on a ventilator in the first wave, but that seems to have improved with the drugs that we've got, and a lot of people do come out, and a lot of people come back to us, and it's lovely to see them come back with their families and sort of say that they don't really remember us, but they're very grateful.
Yes.
I mean, this is nearly a year now, Hayley. You said that you haven't caught COVID, which is such a blessing. Do you feel God's protection throughout all of this? Have you felt his presence in amongst this storm?
I've definitely felt his presence, yes. I think in my testimony in September, I kind of gave really a talk on how I had felt God's presence and what a difference it had made to me. And in that testimony, I did quote the song Still from Hillsong, which means a lot to me, still does mean a lot to me, that song. Yes. I think I'm the kind of person who likes to have an image come in their head. And this time, the words of another Hillsong song have come into my head quite often, and it's Oceans.
Oh, yes.
And particularly the bit where it says, your grace abounds me in deepest waters. Yes. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Because sometimes, especially me, I don't know, I can only speak for me, I do sometimes feel like I'm drowning at certain times and things become too much, and it's quite an effort. And I find it very comforting to picture God holding out his hand for me to take and to help and guide me. And I find sort of the words of songs come into my head, and I find them very comforting.
Oh, that's great.
That's lovely. Are you able to sing that for us, or
no?
That's a lovely.
You wouldn't want me to.
Oh, that's a beautiful image, though.
It's a lovely image, Hayley, and you hold on to that. On the news, you know, they have had cameras going into some ITUs, and I found it really distressing to see, you know, colleagues of yours crying and feeling just so exhausted, and so I want you to know and them to know through you that we're praying as a church, and we pray God's blessing and God's strength for you and your colleagues each day.
Thank you. That does mean a lot.
It's some of your colleagues will share our faith, but I guess many don't, and many are from other faiths as well. Where do you think people find their strength most? It's a difficult question, perhaps.
Obviously, at times like this, you do get to talk about what you believe, because people kind of are exploring or just trying to make sense of what's going on. So you do get some quite good conversations, and I think people normally find a lot of strength in their families and the people that they live with. But obviously, you can't see all your families and everybody that you want to see, that you would get that support from. So I think the network at work and all your colleagues that you work with, the bonds and relationships there are a lot stronger. Everybody helps each other. People have bad days at different times, thank goodness. So one day somebody's having a bad day and someone else is having a good day. So you can kind of support each other.
Yeah, I know from the news and from seeing it with social media, so many people have been turning to prayer, people that hadn't done before, which I find really a great comfort and shows what God's doing at the moment. But have you found that some of your colleagues that may not have done so before, do you find them reaching for something else? Have you had any conversations with colleagues like that, or is it or not?
I have had conversations, but I tend to have conversations when people want, like they come obviously to me and ask for a conversation. I wouldn't go up to somebody necessarily. I don't find it very easy to do that, and sometimes it's not appropriate. So I kind of wait for an opening when somebody does want to talk about it, and then I try and have a chat.
I tell you, I think one of the good things to come out of this is that the appreciation for the NHS and for people like yourself is higher than it's ever been, and whereas once we might have been worried, and I was worried that there was a kind of creeping privatization in our country. Now such thought would be really rejected, because people have come to know how valuable the NHS is, and what a blessing it is to our country. I hope you and your colleagues feel that, the kind of appreciation in the country, the thankfulness and encouragement. I know sometimes there's been sort of rumours of things that have unkind things said to people within the NHS, and I hope you've not sort of picked up any of that, but because I think the vast majority of the population are just so appreciative.
Yes, no, we do. Everybody does feel the appreciation. The gifts and the messages that have come in over this past year have been amazing from local people, from businesses. Yeah, no, it's been fantastic.
That's lovely.
I'm so glad you feel the love. Are you, whilst you're exhausted from work, are you being required to work longer hours as well as extra shifts still? And is there any end to that in sight, or is it just going to be like this for a long, long time?
I think it will be like it for a while yet. There's a lot of people in my position that are now redeployed to work in different areas to help out where they're needed. So I guess once people start moving back to their normal jobs, then we'll get a sense that it's under control again, and kind of hopefully we'll go back to normal. So
yes. And I'm not sure I don't know what your working pattern is, but are you able to watch the services on Sunday? Do you find them a blessing?
Yeah, no, I enjoy watching them as well. So Andrew and I sit and watch them on the settee with you on the television screen. And the dog sitting on our lap. He likes the service as well.
Good. He doesn't howl then.
No, we're the ones howling.
Yes, and your life group, you meet. I think you.
Zoom Wednesdays. I think. Is
on
it Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
Wednesday evening.
Wednesday.
Your small group that meet together as well. I know you've always supported that.
Yeah, so that's been really useful. We don't do it on Zoom. We just do it on WhatsApp. Okay. And we have some good fun. We have good laughs. It carries on into the week as well. If anybody's got anything they just want to talk about in the week, then there's always somebody there to listen. And also there's fun things that go on there in the week that just lift your spirits a bit and make you smile.
Yes.
It's a good group.
That's lovely. It's just in closing, Hayley, people will be watching this now and throughout the week, and obviously on Sunday morning before the service. And as Martin said, people are praying. They're praying so hard for you guys, especially at this time. Is there any changing the prayer requests now the numbers are dropping? Is it just what's your main ask for prayer at the moment? What would you say?
I think it's for strength for people working on the front line, strength in emotionally and physically, and also really for the vaccine rollout. I've been praying for the vaccine rollout. I'd like that to be a big success, and just everybody to be able to be free again and see people. And
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I promise, Hayley, first Sunday back when you're able to be back in church with us, and we have a conversation. Let's sing Oceans.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yes, please.
And you can lead it if you like.
You wouldn't want me to.
That would be a lovely, lovely song to keep on remembering and playing and singing in your head, even if you don't sing it out loud. Hayley, God bless you. And Hayley and Andrew, we love you, and know that we uphold you in prayer.
Always.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hayley.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
God
Thank
bless.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's wonderful.
That was lovely.
Absolutely
Lovely.
wonderful.
Great
And
to
it's so
hear.
great to hear that people, even on the front line and in different walks of this pandemic, are able to be blessed by our services every Sunday still. And that goes on with our current series of growing spiritually. And this week we've got your daughter talking, haven't we?
Yes,
She's giving the all age talk, which is something to look forward to.
Yeah, I hope so. Is on the fruit of the Spirit on Sunday, sort of growing spiritually, growing to be more like Jesus in our characters and personalities. That's
Lovely.
That's the kind of theme.
And is it
this-
Kevin
this Sunday.
Colwell joining us
Kevin
from
Colwell
our
from
friend from Poverest?
Baptist
That's
Church.
brilliant.
Because we support the church there, and as one of our mission partners, so he's coming along to share a little bit too, and that would be really good. So 10 for 10:30. Actually, the interview that we've just done with Hayley will be played out again on Sunday, from between 10 and 10:30, and then we'll enter into worship at 10:30. So do engage with us then.
Live services come from church every morning here in Orpington, and we've been blessed also with Dan Cleveland, our worship leader, because at the moment with the current crisis we can't have a full worship group, but God has sent us not just one worship leader but a family full of them.
Yes.
And Dan and his family are leading us in worship for the third week now, coming this Sunday, and they've been great. It's really good to see them take part. It felt quite magical at the church with the snow on Sunday. I don't think I've been to church many times when it's been snowing, albeit still blimmin' freezing.
Yeah.
But it's something that we look forward to every Sunday. What else have we got going on then, Martin?
Well, is it the last of the marriage course?
It is, yeah.
This week.
What's the day today? Is it Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah,
today,
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday we're doing the marriage course. That's the last one. So
Okay.
it was Cherish, Connect, Collaborate, and another one beginning with C is the last one.
Conflict.
Confuse.
Compromise.
Actually, Sarah and I and another couple need to catch up on last week's one. I wasn't able to watch the video, so
Yes.
we need to get on with that. But yeah, it's the last one. It's really been a good mini course, actually, of 4 weeks. And obviously, this course, unlike the others, hasn't been for everyone, being a
Yes.
marriage course, but it's been of a blessing to who's been on it. And I'm really pleased about that. It's a great resource. And if people weren't able to take part in this marriage course, we have the resource.
Right.
So if you want to do it at home on your own with your partner, get in touch, because we'll quite
That's
gladly
great.
lend you the resource.
That's great.
And then we've got a couple of weeks off before we start our new series, a book club, Martin.
Yeah, a book club. We've not done that before.
No.
So it's
Interesting.
a season of new things, and we really believe that this time has given us the opportunity of developing our courses. So prayer course, Bible course, marriage course, Alpha, and some of those we'll do again. And there's a second prayer course we're gonna do for the first time. It's just being filmed at the moment. But from the 18th of February, which is the beginning of Lent, on a Thursday evening, we're going to have a book club, and it's using the book that the Archbishop of Canterbury has chosen for Lent. And over 6 sessions, we're going to read a kind of chapter at a time in the week, and then talk about it in the book club each
What's the
Thursday
book called?
evening. So it's called... It's about evangelism. Now,
I
I'm
bought
really,
it yesterday, so I should know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find out. Because Hannah Steele is
Hannah Steele
is the lady.
who's the director of
Living His Story.
That's it.
There
Living
we go.
His Story. So if you'd like to join that, just let Phil or I know, and we'll add you to the list. About 22 people already.
Yep.
Get the book, or we'll buy it for you.
Yep.
And,
There is no shame if you can't afford the book.
Yeah,
It's not a problem. We
No,
will get you a
indeed.
book. Please,
Absolutely.
please be reassured of that. We'd love to have as many of you as possible.
So
So does that take us up to the day before Good Friday? Or
it
is
takes
a
us
week
up
before?
to Easter, just before Palm Sunday, I think. So
Okay.
To the Easter week.
Right, okay.
And then after Easter, we'll do something different. as
Yeah,
well.
looking at the prayer course part 2, which will be
Yeah.
just as good as the first one, and then we're looking at doing hopefully another Alpha course towards the start of the summer, which is something that we're really excited about.
So feeding people spiritually, but also feeding people physically. I'm just thinking that tomorrow and the next day is Cafe on Wheels, and
Nice.
are hoping to deliver to a whole number of people that have ordered food. It's really high quality.
Do you
stuff,
think
you know.
Karen, our wonderful chef, do you think she's getting fed up with you and me hanging around like a couple of dogs near the door looking for scraps every week?
Yeah.
Because essentially, we're usually there at that time saying, have you got anything to eat, Karen?
Yeah, we are a bit, aren't we?
I think she's getting fed up with us.
But here we are.
We've got loads going on, though, for all the ages, for children. Our children and family worker, David Jones, has got a full calendar of things going on, and his details are on our website. So if you wanted to find out more for your children, then get in touch with him. Likewise, with youth work, then get in touch with me. We've got loads of things going on. Our young people are doing the Bible in 1 year, actually, at the moment.
That's great.
So every day we are encouraging them to listen to the link, and then we review it every week, and that's good fun. And and coming soon, actually, will be a gem of a family talk on Valentine's Day. We've got some of the children talking about their love for Jesus. So
Yes.
Martin's going to have to up his game then,
Yes,
because everyone will only just talk
They
about the
steal
children.
show.
really.
They really do. Bless them. And just we are a church for all ages. You know, from the youngest. For the baby in the womb, as in Phil's wife's case.
Yes,
because
amen.
she's expecting baby.
She is, yes.
And right to the oldest of our church members and friends in their 90s. We have quite a few of those as well, actually.
Amazingly,
we
yeah.
love you, we care for you,
Yep.
and we want to be there for you in any way you need. So reach
Yeah.
out to us as we reach out to you.
God bless you, and have a good week, guys.
Bless you. Bye-bye.